Hi, I'm Shannon Gavin Johnson, the Director of Legacy Museum on Main, and this is a brief moment in LaGrange's history. Standing as a cornerstone as one drives into downtown, it is easy to pass by the LaGrange Art Museum unaware of the building's original purpose. The Victorian Jewel was built in 1892 to serve as the Troup County Jail. Previous structures near or in City Hall served as a jailhouse before this building was completed. Contrary to local rumors, the tower of the building was not used for executions. That portion of the building was actually where the sheriff and his family lived. The jail and some executions were in a separate building located directly behind the house. There were at least 4 men hanged in the building before the Georgia General Assembly passed a law in 1924 that abolished execution by hanging. After that, persons found guilty of a capital crime were put to death by electrocution at the state prison in Milledgeville. The most famous local prisoner was Robert Elliott Burns. An accountant when he volunteered for service in World War I, Burns suffered from shell shock, or what we now know as post-traumatic stress disorder, after the war and wandered the country. In 1922, he and 2 others were in Atlanta when they robbed a grocery store at gunpoint. He was arrested and sentenced to 6 to 10 years on the Georgia chain gang. He escaped after only a few months and made his way to Chicago, where he became a successful editor of the Greater Chicago magazine. His landlady, Emily Delfino Pacheco, learned his secret and blackmailed him into marriage in 1926. In 1929, when Burns fell in love with another woman, he asked Emily for a divorce, and in retaliation, she turned Burns into the authorities. Burns negotiated with Georgia officials for what he thought would be a 1-year sentence with a cushy prison job, but was instead sent back to the chain gang. Burns worked another year of backbreaking labor before escaping again in 1930. This time he fled to New Jersey, where he wrote a novel called I Am a Fugitive from a Georgia Chain Gang, which was made into an Academy Award-nominated film. He was arrested again in 1932 in New Jersey, but was not extradited back to Georgia. He was finally pardoned by Georgia Governor Ellis Arnold in 1945. People across the country cheered for him, and his story helped eliminate the chain gang system of punishment from prisons. That 1892 jail building held prisoners until 1939, when a new facility was built. After that, it was a furniture store and then served as offices for the LaGrange Daily News. In 1978, the building was renovated and donated to the LaGrange Art Museum. The only thing now under lock and key at LaGrange Art Museum is the extensive and valuable art collections. To learn more about local history, visit Legacy Museum on Main, and to see some great local art, visit LaGrange Art Museum. This has been a brief moment in LaGrange's history.